Hello and welcome to the chapter for our SAP Enhancement course. In earlier chapter, we discussed customer exit as a classic method to enhance SAP functionality. And today we are exploring another foundational enhancement framework in SAP ABAP. Basically, this is called business transaction events, commonly referred to as BTE. So we will break down what BTE is, how it differs from traditional customer exit and its core interface types, and how SAP execute BTEs under the hood, and then exact steps required to the implement one in our system. As example, we will see in further lectures. So the very important question is, what is business transaction events BTE? So as a new developer, we actually don't know what is actually BTE. So let's define this. So BTE is an basically event-driven enhancement technique developed by SAP. So primarily for this financial accounting modules, it was developed in the start. Technically, BTEs are built upon procedural programming and function modules. So when standard SAP perform key financial transactions such as posting a document, clearing an open item, or processing a payment, so the SAP program trigger predefined events. So BTE basically allows developers to attach custom function module to these events seamlessly. So enabling tailored business operations without touching the SAP standard source code. So it's very easy to implement and also to handle. Next very important thing is that what is the different basically customer exit and business transaction events. So in this part, actually we compare the traditional two-party customer exit module with the multi-party BTE ecosystem. So a critical question often asked in ABAP interviews also, and develop design, that how does a BTE differ from a customer exit? So in a customer exit, there are only two parties involved, like SAP, the software provider, and the end customer, basically. And SAP leaves a slot in the code, and only the customer can fill that slot. So in contrast, BTE introduced a multi-party model, basically in addition to SAP and the end customer, third-party software vendors. So basically SAP partners, we can say, are also part of this chain. So BTE allows both partners and customers to register their own function module for the exact same event. So this modular design makes BTE for more flexible and scalable across complex enterprise ecosystems. So the very important thing is to basically the types of BTE interface. So in this part, actually, we will explain the two distinct categories of BTP interfaces: publish and subscribe versus process interface. So BTEs come in two distinct interface types depending on the technique's objectives. So first is the publish and subscribe. Sorry, here. So first is basically the publish and subscribe. Like this is an informational event-driven model. It inform external or customer components that an event occurred. For example, a document was posted. It only has importing parameters from SAP and cannot influence standard SAP logic. So the multiple subscriber can listen to this event simultaneously without interfering with each other. And the second one is process interface. This type is designed to manipulate or extend business logic. It contains both importing and exporting parameters, so it allow your customer function module to modify data perform custom field validations, or substitute values before SAP complete the process. So the very important point is that how BTE work in standard SAP. So we will illustrate in this part the internal execution mechanism of BTEs via OpenFI perform function modules. Okay, let me explain what happens when inside the standard SAP program when a BTE is executed. Inside SAP standard program, SAP developer placed calls to specific driver function modules formatted as OpenFI perform, and after that BTE number and underscore E, this is the structure of the name. So when this function module runs, it queries internal registration tables maintained via transaction FIBF to find all active customer or partner function modules assigned to that BTE number. Uh, then loops through those active modules and execute your custom logic automatically. So these are the steps to implement a BTE, like four main steps. Find and copy sample function module, locate SAP standard template function module for the event, for example, sample underscore process underscore some numbers, and copy it into your custom package as a Z function module. So after that, second step is add custom logic, write your custom code inside the Z function module. And the third one is registered in transaction FIBF, like open transaction FIBF, navigate to the customer modules and map the BTE event number to your custom Z function module. And the fourth step is activate and test. Save and activate the entry, then test the transaction to perform your custom code, execute during standard transaction processing. So this is the summary, last point, that we have to summarize all the things we have discussed. That BTE is a function module based enhancement technique widely used in FICO especially. So it supports multi-party involvement, SAP partners and customers. And the next thing is publish and subscribe. Like we have these techniques here, like interfaces are read only events notifications, while process interface allow you to alter SAP standard data flow. And we have to register and set up. So these are managed centrally in transaction FIBF. So okay guys, this is it related to some theoretical knowledge, and we have also covered the interview question. Very important, that what is BTE and how it works actually. So in the upcoming lecture, we will be practicing that how to implement BTE in SAP.